Today on Camp Outside, we're going to do another reel review, guys. We're going to take a look at another Pflueger reel. We're going to take a look at the President XT. Check it out. Hey guys, I'm Kevin with Camp Outside, your inside source for all things outside. Today we're taking a look at the President XT. I just recently reviewed the Pflueger President, right? So if you hadn't seen that review, check it out. I'll put a link right up here. Really liked the President. But if you want to take a little step up in Pflueger's lineup, you move up to the President XT, which is this reel. So this reel is in a size 30, which is my favorite size for freshwater bass and walleye fishing and or fishing for northern pike, also inshore saltwater, flounder, snook, redfish, sea trout, that kind of thing. This reel comes in multiple sizes from 20 to 25 to 30 to 35 to 40. And I really do like this reel, guys. It is very smooth. It is a very comfortable reel in the hand. It's got a few little features I like on it. So first of all, I want to talk about specs, because what we're going to do is we're going to load some line on this thing and we're going to take it fishing and see how it does. But I wanted to cover the specs first. So in this size 30, it has a gear ratio of 6.2 to 1, which to me is the best gear ratio in this size reel. I really like a 6.2 to 1 gear ratio, so I'm really excited about that. What I'm bummed about is that the reels above this reel in the lineup that we're going to be reviewing, namely the Supreme and the Supreme XT, go back to a 5.2 to 1 ratio. I wish that those reels were 6.2 to 1. So this might be my favorite reel in the Pflueger lineup because of the gear ratio. It has a 10-pound drag, which could be a little higher, but is adequate. And in the 30 size, it holds 275 yards of 6-pound braid, 190 yards of 8-pound braid, or 160 yards of 10-pound braid. It does have a braid-ready spool, which means that you can tie braid directly to the spool and spool it up. But I always do monofilament backing for all of my reels, primarily to save a little bit of money on braid. Braid is expensive. You typically don't need to spool the reel all the way up with braid. Although because I'm going to be putting 10-pound test braid on this reel, and it only holds 160 yards of 10-pound braid, I am probably going to put very little monofilament backing. I might just put maybe the first layer of monofilament and the rest of it will be 10-pound braid, probably Berkley X9, which is the braid I've been going for lately. And just a couple of things about this reel. Right, so the President XT spinning reel takes the President to the next level of performance, according to Pflueger. Right, so it does have a 10 bearing system. Right, so that's actually the same as the President. Right, the President is a 10 bearing system. It's a 9+1. This just says 10 bearings. It doesn't say 9+1. It just says 10 bearings. So I'm guessing it's 9 bearings and a roller bearing, but I'm not entirely sure. I would think that's the case though. The size 20, just to be aware, guys, is a 7 bearing system. So it has a few less bearings in the small size. It has a machined aluminum main gear, right? So that is a step up from the President, right? A machined aluminum main gear will provide more strength, more power, more durability to the reel, so it should last longer, especially in harsh environments or when it's fighting heavy fish. And then the President XT also features an aluminum braid-ready spool, which we talked about, and the total line control system, right, which improves the line lay and minimizes the twist and all that stuff. Guys, basically what they're saying there is that they have optimized this reel so that when you're reeling it in, the line lays even across it. When the line comes off the spool, when you cast it, this has been shaped so that the line comes off really well. You're not going to get knots and all of that stuff. So it is a pretty nice reel, pretty nice spool. I like the drag control on it. That it's pretty smooth, easy to adjust. The handle could be just a little bit bigger. I think if I'm fighting a fish and I'm trying to grab this, there's not a lot of relief. I like the control that you get when you turn it, but I could have just a little bit more to grab up there. Just an observation. It's not a deal killer by any means. It is a carbon body, right? So it's not metal. So all this is carbon. I'm guessing the rotor's carbon as well. The spool is aluminum. Feels like the handle is aluminum main shaft. And so let me go to the specs, right? So the specs on the 30 doesn't give me a weight, so we'll check the box. Oftentimes the box have weight, so we're looking at the President XT. And so for the President XT, the weight is 7.7 ounces, which is 1.1 ounces lighter than the President. So that is nice, guys. I like a lightweight reel because the lighter the reel, the longer I can cast it on a long day of fishing. Also, guys, just to mention, what comes in the box is a exploded parts diagram for the reel. And then on the back side is what all the parts are and then their part numbers. So presumably if you have a problem with the reel or you lose a part, you can get a replacement part from Pflueger, or find a donor reel online, something that maybe is damaged but still has some good parts, and you can repair the reel. So that's really nice to have an exploded diagram of all the components of the reel. One other thing that I noticed, which is a great step up from the President, if you watch the video on the President, I said I wasn't really crazy about the handle on the President. On the President XT, there's this cork grip handle, and it's a little bit wider, it's a little bit easier. Like, if I'm just reaching for the handle and grab it, my hand lands on it, I can find it, I get good grip. I think even when it's wet, it's gonna provide great grip for fighting fish. Really, really like that handle. So with that, let's get some line on this thing. Let's get it mounted to a rod and see how it fishes. All right, guys, let's finish up our review of the President XT reel from Pflueger. Guys, I gotta say, I love this reel. I love fishing with it. I love its lightweight action. I love the gear ratio. I love the little cork handle. What an awesome reel. And yeah, I'm using it in saltwater, guys. So here's one of those examples of, can you use a freshwater reel in saltwater? Yes, you can. Am I concerned that I'm going to get saltwater intrusion up in this rotor? Yes, I am. So what I do is I clean it after every use, guys. I rinse it off, and then I use cleanse oil, which I really, really like. to oil my reels, and I make sure that everything is coated with a nice coat of oil. As a matter of fact, they have a marine and tackle aerosol spray, and so I will just spray down the reel with that, and then that will inhibit salt and lubricate the reel and everything. So that's really, really awesome stuff. I'm going to put a link down in the description below where you can pick that up. I highly recommend it for all your reels, whether you have saltwater reels or freshwater reels. I highly recommend it. It's good to keep your reels, oiled and lubricated, whether you're freshwater fishing or saltwater fishing. I definitely recommend it more though in saltwater. Guys, at $109.95, this is over my threshold of $100, right? On my channel, you'll hear me say that anything I spend over $100 on when it comes to fishing rods and reels, I expect it to perform. This is a high performance spinning reel. I really, really, really like it. I have no reservations for recommending this reel to you if you are a freshwater angler. From the size 20 to the size 40, I think they're fantastic. They do seem to run a little small to me compared to other reels. So if you're a monofilament angler, guys, and you're gonna load this thing up with 10 pounds of monofilament, you're gonna want the size 40, guaranteed. But if you are a braid fisherman, you can get away with a smaller reel. They do tend to run a little small though to me. So just keep that in mind. But guys, I love this reel. I'm super, super excited about it. And I'm really looking forward to fishing with it more. You're gonna see this in a lot of my saltwater fishing videos because this is going to be one of my go-to rods on the boat. And I might lend it to some people every once in a while to let them fish with it as well. But it is definitely going to be one of my go-tos. I've been throwing a lot of paddle tails on jig heads, guys, which has been working on the flats. This is the Salt Strong paddle tail in their Fred color, I think, which has been working really well. I've been catching a lot of fish on that, so I really like throwing paddle tails on jig heads. Works really, really well for me on the flats. If you have any questions at all on this reel or the rod or anything that you've seen in the video, drop something in below. I'd love to hear from you. Or you can connect with us on our other social media. We're on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and X, or our website at kempoutside.com. Guys, I'm going to put an affiliate link below where you can pick up the Pflueger President XT. And guys, I have a promo code, so I'm going to put that down in the description below. That promo code is going to be live from April 1st to April 30th, 2025. But it might work at other times of the year. I've got a relationship with Pflueger where I'm one of their affiliates, and so every once in a while they run promos and they give me my promo code and they activate it. They don't leave it on all the time, so it may work or it may not work depending on when you're watching this video and purchasing a reel. But hey, I encourage you to just give it a try. I'm going to put it down in the description below, so be sure to give that a go. And if you're buying a reel in the month of April 2025, definitely use that because you'll get 10% off site-wide at Pflueger. I also, for the month of April, have other promo codes for pure fishing products. So I've got promo codes for Berkley, Abu Garcia, Pflueger, Plano, and Ugly Stick. So I'll put all those down in the description below so that you can use all of those depending on what you're buying. Guys, we exist to help moms and dads take their kids camping, hiking, fishing, learn about nature, and develop a conservation ethic. We want to help you get you and your kids outside. That's why we're doing all these gear reviews at different price points to let you know what's out there so that you can make the right choice for you and your family when you're purchasing gear. I get that it's a major expense to outfit your entire family to go fishing, but what I want is to make sure that you are buying good gear at whatever price point you can afford so that you have a higher chance of success so that your kids have a good time. Everybody knows that for kids, catching is a whole lot more fun than fishing. And I want you to be successful in the water. I want your kids to fall in love with fishing. So I want to recommend good gear to you. Guys, this is good gear. It's just not budget gear. So keep that in mind. If you're looking for a much more budget option in the Pflueger range, I recommend that you check out the Pflueger President. What an awesome reel at a less expensive price. And guys, I don't have a review on it, but my friend has a try-on, which is an even less expensive Pflueger reel, and I was really, really impressed with that reel as well for a budget reel. And also, guys, we have some recommendations in the Abu Garcia line. If you're really looking for a budget reel, my favorite is the Abu Garcia Max Z, which right now is on sale for a killer price at Abu Garcia for like $22. Plus, you'll get 10% off if you use my Abu Garcia code. So check out the video on the Abu Garcia Max Z. I'm going to put it right here. I really, really love that reel. If you're looking for a budget reel for kids, for yourself. I have a bunch of them, guys. I fish with them all the time. You know, I love that reel. Great reel at a budget price. So check that out as well. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for camping out with us here at Camp Outside. We're going to have a whole lot more camping, fishing, hiking content coming. We're doing a lot of fishing gear reviews right now, guys. So if I mention something in this video that you don't see on my channel yet, know that it's coming out. I am shooting all of these gear reviews at the same time, and then I'm going to be releasing the videos one at a time. So I might have mentioned something that isn't out yet. So it will be out soon, and when it is, you'll be able to find it on my channel. So if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe, ring that little bell icon that notifies you when I release new videos, and give me a thumbs up on this video. It helps the algorithm, helps people find me. Guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.